Hey there, it's Tyler with AIWritingSchool.com, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a lead magnet using AI in less than 10 minutes. Now, what is a lead magnet? A lead magnet is a PDF, an ebook, some type of free value that you give someone in exchange for their email address. Now, this is something that marketers use on a daily basis. If you're potentially a novelist or a writer, this may be new to you, but anyone should try to build an email list if they can. And the reason why is once you own someone's email address, you can have an ongoing relationship with them. So how do you create a lead magnet? Let's use Claude here, and we are going to create this. Now, I'm going to use a little bit of a shortcut using projects. I have the pro version of Claude. You don't have to have the pro version of Claude. But what I do recommend is that you give Claude some context on what you or your brand is about. And the reason why is our lead magnet needs to be related to our overall brand. So I'm using this project called AI Writing School Funnel. I've given it some training content on voice and tone. I've given it some training content on the marketing strategy for our brand here at AI Writing School. If you do not have a project feature, I just recommend that you write a few paragraphs about what your brand is or what you are as a writer or novelist or whatever it is that you're selling. You should write a paragraph or two about Claude and just say, hey, here's context about me and my brand. Now let's create the lead magnet. I don't have to do that because I've created this project and given it project knowledge. So we're just going to jump right into it. And we're going to say, I would like to create a lead magnet for my brand. And we're going to first ask it for ideas. This is chain of thought reasoning, and this is how AI works best. Please give me 10 different options. And we're going to say ranging from easy to create and fast to implement to harder difficulty. Okay. So it's going to give us 10 different options now, ranging from easy to create and fast to implement to harder difficulty. Obviously, harder to create and a little bit slower to implement. All right, here we go. Now it is giving us 10 different lead magnet options. First, we have PDF cheat sheet, which is what I've already created, so that makes sense there. Email course, develop a 5-day email series introducing basic AI writing concepts. This is a very popular type of lead magnet. It's something that you can use if you're using like ConvertKit or ActiveCampaign or HubSpot or MailChimp. You already will have email automation most likely in one of those tools, especially ConvertKit is completely free up to 10,000 subscribers. So highly recommend that. And that's something you can create, and it's just text. It's just words. Now you can add graphics, but this is something literally an option that you could use just Claude for and have a lead magnet instantly pretty much. Checklist, this is great. Compile a comprehensive checklist for AI-assisted content creation. I like that. Ebook, I've done this as well with Claude, and so it's a great idea. Webinar recording, that requires some video, and it's a little more difficult, but it could be repurposed in multiple ways, which is great. Templates, a set of AI writing prompts, a video tutorial, interactive quiz, mini course, and developed an assistant or plugin. So as you can see, it accomplished the task that I gave it. It was from easy to harder and harder and harder, which I love on here. All right, let's pick one of these, and let's do kind of medium difficulty templates. And I'm just gonna say I would like to execute on number 6. Can you share how we can do that? All right, here we go. It's going to create a step-by-step guide on how to execute this. So identify content types, develop prompts. This is great, create templates. Okay, and then it goes into designing this. So let's start with step 1, identifying content types. Let's start working on this. And this is where your intuition, your involvement and experience, your perspective will help. We teach something at AI Writing School called the TIP method, train, instruct, and then polish. We are going to instruct with intent now because we're going to choose what types of content we wanted to focus on. And so we're just going to do number 1, content types. Let's do blog post, social media post, and email newsletters. My audience is mostly freelancers, entrepreneurs, and writers. Okay. And then we'll let it do number 2. And we're going to say, with this in mind, can you start creating the templates? We're going to ask that to see if it needs more context, does it need more information? And now it's going to start creating it. So it's going to start with 1 template, which is a good idea. This is, again, chain of thought. We're not just jumping into it and trying to create everything. This is a blog post template. And it's giving a great prompt here. Okay. Okay, so one problem I just noticed here is this is really like a fill-in-the-blank prompt template, but it's not really a prompt for AI. So we're going to correct it here, and this is why it's important to do this step by step. I would like these to be less fill-in-the-blank templates and more of an AI prompt that I can give Claude or ChatGPT. All right, now this is more of what we're looking for here. Write a 500 blog post outline on the topic of, create an engaging introduction to blog posts, generate a list of 7 compelling social media post prompts, email newsletter prompts. Now, the one thing that I would recommend is, not just taking this verbatim and then throwing it into a PDF. This is something that I would, polish with your perspective. If you don't feel that like this is, exactly hitting the mark, jump in there and edit it. Take it into a Word doc, put it in something and edit it. And let's see here. I would like you to create 3 more prompts. Okay, we're just going to bolster this a little bit more. Okay. Now I would like you to compile this into a artifact with proper headings and subheadings so that I can easily copy paste into a Word doc to create my lead magnet. Okay. So now it's going to put all of this information we've been chatting about into an artifact. And so we have AI writing prompts for freelancer, entrepreneurs, and writers. And now we have a heading for blog post prompts, social media prompts, email newsletter prompts, and then just like a versatile prompts list. All right. There we go. All right. Now we're just going to copy and paste this and bring this into Google Docs. All right. Now that we have the Google Doc pulled up, we are just going to simply Command V and copy and paste this. We are going to take out the words conclusion, and we are going to take out the word introduction. But all right, can you see how this is formatted pretty well? Now, one thing we're going to do is to take this to the next level a little bit. Let's change the font, and let's make it a better font. Let's see here. What do we want to use? Let's use Poppins. All right, we're just going to change that. Whoops. Let's change that. change that. Change that. All right, and then let's change the rest of this text to something that feels a little nicer than just Arial font. Let's do that. Let's do that. And let's do that. All right. Now we have a nice looking PDF. One more thing we want to do here is we want to format this a little bit. Let me jump back in there. All right, we want to format this a little bit, and one of the ways we're going to do this is we're going to go to Page Setup. We're going to remove so much of this margin, especially on the top. That way it just looks a little better. Let's put this as centered. Let's change the spacing a little bit here. Okay. All right. And then let's make this a little bit bigger by making that a title. Okay. Line spacing, let's do 0.2. Ooh, that's way too much. Sorry about that. Custom spacing, let's do 0.75. Yeah, that feels a little nicer. And something you can do too is you can change the color here. And let's see here. And if you're curious about this, I've got questions about this pasteboard app that I have. It's called Paste. I do highly recommend it. It is a great tool to use. It's fun. Let's see here. That may be too light. That's way too light. But let's make it darker. Custom. Oops. Make it darker so we can see it. There we go. And then let's do the same thing for these other headings. And once we've found that color, we can just select it again. If you're using a white background like we are here, and I do recommend that because people like to print these out, it helps to use a darker color. So let's see here. I don't like how that cuts off there. So this is something where I'm going to cut one of these prompts and do 5 because I don't want it to end on 6 anyway. That feels much, much better. Let's add a title here. Oops. Okay. All right, now we have the makings of a great PDF download. To make this a PDF, it's very simple. We're just going to do download, and then we're going to go to PDF document. And there we have it, a PDF lead magnet created in less than 10 minutes. Now, this is super simple. You can obviously create this and put this into Canva if you want, add a logo if you want. There's a million different ways you can make this better. This was done in 10 minutes. A year ago, 2 years ago, this would have taken hours. But now we have this done in minutes. And that's why I wanted to show you just how powerful a tool like Claude can be to create marketing content, a lead magnet. And hopefully you can use this and make it your own. Come up with whatever kind of lead magnet that you want. You're just going to need to go back to this process and choose what type of idea you want to pursue. And collaborate with Claude or ChatGPT, and take it one step at a time, and you will have a lead magnet that you're proud of within minutes.